Hey everyone, so it is the vernal equinox. It is, I think we're past the time of day now. So winter's over and it's the beginning of spring. I thought I would pop on for a minute to give an update of how things are going. First of all, for anyone who saw Ryan yesterday and was wondering how things are going. I heard from him briefly, and it seems like things with Tim and Ken are going well for him today. Yeah, he sent me a couple little clips, and it looks like there's a fascinating discussion that was going on that we're all going to get to see sometime soon. And then for myself, so I guess as far as the idea of sorting myself out, although to me that's just a way of life. We're constantly changing. So it's not like I'm beginning some sort of process here, but because of the theme of the channel being sorting myself out, and Andrew in particular had asked that if I was interested, he wanted to hear more about what particular I was working on this particular week. So at the moment for me, it's adjusting to doing the channel. Trying to keep up with this. I guess although I have the skill set of extrovert and I can tap into the energy of people at times, overall, I'm an introvert. It's very tiring for me to spend time with people. Even things like messaging is tiring for me. And so for me, taking over the channel is with Ryan is the big thing I'm working on at the moment. And it occurred to me today that I might be able to try to pick my energy up a bit if I work with the vernal equinox and try to tap into that. So with my yearly cycle, my depression comes in the fall. I'm depressed through the winter. Spring, I pick up. I'm manic through the summer. And typically, yeah, I just don't shave for the winter. I get lazy, low energy. I don't care. And it's fucking cold in Canada in the winter. So I generally grow a full beard like this over the winter and then shave my head in the spring. Although it's getting warmer, today I saw the first few patches of uncovered ground in my driveway where it's been plowed. It's still snow everywhere and it's not overly warm. Most years I would just wait until that first nice hot day when my beard and hair feel like a burden and I just really am excited to shave and go outside in the sun. But I thought I will try this year to see if I can tap into the spring energy a little bit earlier, for the sake of doing this channel and being able to catch up with what's going on and perhaps deal with it a little bit better. So my wife's coming by in a few minutes and we're going to shave the beard, and she wants me to keep my mohawk for a while, so I'm not going to shave my head completely. That's why I'm going to get my wife to give me a hand. I'm just going to leave the mohawk I had last summer, which as you can see is still here. But for anyone who's curious how fast your hair grows, this is how much hair I've grown since October last year. And my beard does, I've noticed, grow faster than the hair on my head for some reason. There's a couple people watching. I don't know if anyone wants to say anything before I pop on, but I really didn't have much in mind other than I thought that was a little update as to what I'm doing at the moment. And so Matthew would regrow a mohawk if he wasn't going bald. Yeah, so for me, and I don't know, can I tap into some genuine energy here by shaving my head at this time and doing something magical with the hair to reconnect it to nature? Or is this just something psychological? And maybe by shaving a bit earlier and feeling unburdened by my winter coat, I will somehow just psychologically feel better. Okay, so Bruce, thanks for the feedback. yeah, and I'm gonna see if I can shift into the energy a little earlier this year, and hopefully that will just be good for everyone. And again, with this channel, I just took it over because I was asked, and I don't really have much of a specific vision for what's coming up, and I don't know exactly what I'm preparing myself for. The idea for me was that I would try it, and if it was something good, I would continue with it. So far, I know Ryan's gotten a little disappointed at some points with the subscribers dropping off, or that our videos aren't getting a ton of views, considering the level of subscribers. But for me, what's been meaningful has been, even among the small group of people, there have been a few people that have left comments saying that us doing the channel is in some way helping them. And so those comments, even though I don't respond much in the comments section, I'm needing to keep a bit of a distance from this. Those are the reason I'm continuing to put so much thought and energy into it. I saw today someone just posted on my last solo live stream that when I was discussing decision fatigue and the option of lying, like one of the reasons to take a vow of honesty, someone said they found that powerful and it made them cry. So if whatever we're doing here can have that kind of effect on even a very, very small group of people, for me, it's worth doing. And so I do appreciate the feedback everybody's been giving us. Incremental improvement, begin vast results. Yeah, absolutely. And it's one thing I've heard, I think it's Peterson, say that I definitely see from experience is true, is people have a tendency to overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, but to vastly underestimate what they can accomplish in 10 years. And sometimes, especially with people getting into self-help type shit, or, you know, trying to sort themselves out, they set too grand a vision for what they can achieve short term, and then don't take care of the small things properly, attend to the now properly, and they don't realize the power of the exponential buildup of the small changes you make. So Matthew Hill, I find it interesting that the view count dropped to what is usual on the Sultry project. Yeah, I guess it dropped to something about, I think it's still a bit higher than that. But yeah, no, not vastly, much more so. And the subscribers have been steadily ticking down, but I've watched and it will bounce up and down as it goes. And there's some times where I can see that it's gone up by 10 before it goes down again. So I have no idea at all how many people have subscribed since we've taken over, but I've seen it move quite a bit, so there must be some people. So Matthew says, I think a lot of the stress you were experiencing was gaining subs that were not earned. That's an excellent point. And when we first talked about taking over the channel, I discussed that with Ryan, that to a certain degree, because like for him, he's got that big potential and ambition that I don't. I had no goal set, so it was not a problem for me. But I did point out to him that he might be seen as not standing on his own 2 feet. And that was why he didn't initially abandon his original channel. It just became too overwhelming for him to deal with both. And so he came fully onto this channel. And somebody did comment on our first video, something like this being bullshit, you should earn your own viewers. And I absolutely understand that point of view. For me, it's irrelevant because it's not like I had any sort of goal to build a YouTube channel. And for my perspective was that I was being asked by the person who made it to continue it on for him, and he didn't want to abandon the community. And a couple people did comment, have said that they were glad me and Ryan have taken it over. One person commented that Andrew's talks with me had been a reason they stayed subscribed. So I can totally see the perspective if you want to compare success rates and whatnot. That if I were setting the goal to be a successful YouTuber, this would be cheating, absolutely. But that's not what I'm doing here. There was and I'm aware it's a subset of Andrew's audience, not Andrew's. I don't think Andrew's entire audience was interested in me, but a certain subset of Andrew's audience had responded to our talks by asking for more content with me. And Andrew just didn't want to abandon this and leave the community that he'd set up empty-handed. So I can totally see how some people are going to see it as like bullshit that I'm taking over someone else's subscribers. I'm just doing the best I can to carry it on for both Andrew and whatever subscribers want to stick around. Okay, yeah, so I'm caught up with everything in the chat. I don't really have much more to say, and I expect my wife to be here any minute to shear me. So maybe I will just call it quits now, and next time you guys see me, my face will be naked. So I hope everyone's having... Matthew says, I miss Jokum. Yeah, Andrew did say recently that he's going to film something else. Or I'm not sure if he wants to come on live with us or he's going to film something, but he said he is going to do some sort of better goodbye. And I don't know how much he wants to share about what's going on with him now, but he's going to be giving us something to post with some sort of extended goodbye and some sort of update. I'm not sure exactly what, but Andrew, I think, has found it very useful to be out of the public eye and to have things more private. But me and him still talk all the time, and absolutely any time that he feels like coming back on for any reason, we'll definitely do it. So, yeah, so thank you to Bruce and Matthew for hanging out with me for a few minutes, and everyone who watches this later, Lunatic love to all.